We have to find better ways, and so yes, there's disappointment in all of it. The inability to get past the first round. Anything with our group here that would allow us a better chance to win the Stanley Cup. So that I would take nothing off the table at all, and I think everything would have to be considered.
Finally, man, this must be such a relief for Leafs fans. For so many years, Kyle Dubas has stuck to his guns, played the nostalgia card, and refused to do anything to the core four players of Marner, Matthews, Nylander, and Tavares. Now, as you've just seen, a few days back, Kyle Dubas, following the loss to the Florida Panthers in Game 5, comes forward for his final media availability with the Leafs. And I gotta say, the Leafs reporters really went for the hard-hitting questions here for Kyle Dubas. They asked him about his personal life. They asked if he wanted to move to another team. He says he wants to stay loyal or, take a break from managing a hockey team, not going somewhere else immediately if that were the case. He said he cares about his family and that, it doesn't matter. He wants to stay here, and I think that's a really good thing because Kyle Dubas is a good general manager. I think people are forgetting about that. Dubas is not the problem. This is a player's issue, and as we've seen throughout the past 6 years, the current formula is not working. When you're paying $40 million for just 4 players and they're not producing, then who else is going to get the job done? And I think that Dubas is really starting to notice that. As he said in his interview, it's going to be hard to say goodbye, to break up the core if that's the case. But at this point, you can't take any offers off the table. You have to consider every option. And, ultimately, it doesn't matter about which players are on this team. It just matters about what's going to get you across the line and get you to get that Stanley Cup. It's a lot more transactional of an approach, but it's why teams like Vegas are so good. Now, I'm not saying to be as heartless as the Vegas Golden Knights have been in terms of their management throughout the past couple of years, but still, man, you have to put your foot down a little bit as the general manager of this hockey team and realize that you're the guy that's bringing the players in, you're the guy that's formulating and building this team so that they can perform on the ice. And when you have a top 6 that is so top-heavy, when they're not producing, and clearly, as we saw, only 2 goals between the top 4 best forwards on your team, that's a problem. It's just not going to get the job done, and it's just not good enough, simply put. So Dubas has to be honest with himself here. He has to look at each player on this Leafs roster and say, is this player realistically going to fit on the puzzle that will get us to the Stanley Cup? And to be honest with you, all 4 of these forwards that are making $40 million combined, it's just not going to work. You can't do that. So I don't know, man. You look at teams like Colorado and Tampa Bay, they had 4 scoring lines, a solid defense core, and, they got the job done because when their top players weren't scoring, they could rely on other pieces. The Leafs don't have that. They're not as complete of a team, and it's one of the main reasons why they lost to the Florida Panthers, who are actually surprisingly deep when you look at their forward core. So it all pieces together. You can't win a hockey game with just one player, and you sure as hell can't win the Stanley Cup with 4 players that are earning $40 million combined. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, and take care.